Okay, so this is the motor that sees the 200. As you can see, all this looks good. Cylinder looks good. Cylinder looks good. That's all off. Head even looked good. This bike has, I don't know, let's see. Take a look. This is a KTM 2016 KTM 200. And it had 12 miles on it when it blew up. 224 hours. 3,697 miles. So what happened is my wife was cruising across the field, third or fourth gear wide open, and didn't shift, and ended up, oh, let me see if I can find a light. Ended up seizing the motor. But what you see over here, you can see the discoloration on the rod bearing, or the rod. There is no bearing there anymore. Can't really see down in there. The motor was good except for this. So I'm going to have to take, this is the extent of what I can do to fix it. So I'm taking it out tomorrow and taking it to Spike's KTM in Lafayette for DQ to take care of. I don't know what that is. Pieces of rod bearing, pieces of crankshaft. And my guess is I'm going to need a new rod. I already have the new top end. I need a new rod, crankshaft. Hopefully there's not much else in there. They can just clean it out. Maybe replace the main bearings. And the piston really looked pretty good for that amount of hours that it had on it. So, but here's what it does do. See if I can get the light on it. I don't have the best shop in the world. It works, but it's not the greatest shop in the world here. Or like a barn. Alright. Close enough. There it is, folks. Broken. But not broken off. Can't break it much more than that, except you could, I suppose you could break that whole thing in two. That's it. 2016 KTM. They are destructible. People like to say they are not destructible, but my wife will beg to differ with you. Yes. So we got that. A couple other things here. And I did this right after I bought it. I had an Aces race in Ohio, lost in Lodi, looped the bike, and yeah, you need that when you're doing this sort of thing. When you find these sort of things, you need that. But I looped the bike over there and probably had 10 hours on it, something like that, and wore this exhaust port out. So I'll go ahead and get this replaced because it's been leaking for 3 years right there. So we'll just go ahead and get that replaced while we're at it. Probably have them clean that all up too. It's a little grungy in there. Yeah. All right, that's it. To be continued.